of the wreath-laying ceremony of our martyrs. Remember, just a few days back, we lost two of our soldiers in Kupwara, and now we're getting you pictures, and Republic is tracking their final journey. Let's get you more details of this. It was just 2 days ago, and remember, over the last couple of months, we have seen heightened tension in Jammu and Kashmir. Several of our paramilitary personnel and army personnel have lost their lives, and this is the wreath-laying ceremony of Lance Naik Ranjit Singh and Rifleman Satish Bhagat, who lost their lives in the Kupwara terror attack. Yes, 2 army personnel were killed this Wednesday after the Pakistani army resorted to firing without any provocation. And Defence Ministry sources had said that the soldiers were killed in the Furkia area of Chaukibal sector, which is a well-known route used by militants for infiltrating into the Kashmir Valley. Now, the killing of 2 of our soldiers coming a day after 3 militants were killed in an overnight encounter with security forces in Budgam district of Kashmir. Ever since the Amarnath Yatra, we have seen heightened security in Kashmir. We have seen cordon and search operations to look for terrorists who carried out that attack. We have seen a very high number of infiltration attempts. There have been almost 130 infiltration attempts till May. Several terrorists are active. There would be at least 200 terrorists who are active. A bulk of them are Pakistani nationals who are camping in Jammu and Kashmir. So you can imagine the kind of pressure our security forces are working under. But we really salute our martyrs at this point. We really salute our forces because they are fighting day in and day out. Let me go across to Tejinder now for the very latest. Tejinder, tell us about these 2 soldiers. Tell us about that operation where they lost their lives.
See, Parikshit, these 2 brave hearts, they lost their lives when during a ceasefire violation from the Pakistan side along the line of control in Kupwara district, when Pakistan army resorted to firing and they martyred 2 of our brave jawans. Right now, we are at their residence in the Burn village, which is in the Kot Balwal area of Jammu. There is a grief, there is anger amongst the people. People want revenge. We spoke to the parents of these 2 brave hearts. We spoke to their family members, and they all say that they want Modi government to give a free hand to the army so that the army could avenge the killing of these 2 brave hearts. Right now, their mortal remains have arrived at the Jammu airport, where a wreath-laying ceremony is being organized by the army. The officials from the civil administration are also present, and they are giving a final farewell to the brave hearts who laid down their life for the country. These are the 2 brave hearts who took the bullets on their chest. They didn't show their back to the enemy. They lost their lives while safeguarding the borders of the country. Yes, Parikshit.
Right. And Tejinder, this coming just hours after the army and our security forces neutralized 3 terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir. We have seen heightened security operations ever since the attack on the Amarnath Yatra, and this seems to be a retaliation of that, isn't it?
Indeed, Parikshit, we have seen whenever there is some major operation takes place within the Kashmir Valley, when our security forces, we neutralize those terrorists. Pakistan army in a jittery resorts to unprovoked ceasefire violation. We saw such type of incidents in the Rajouri, in Poonch district, wherein they target our security forces. And this was a ceasefire violation from the Pakistan side in the Kupwara district, when they targeted and killed, martyred 2 of our brave jawans. But there is large-scale anger among the people. The people here say that the government should give a free hand to the security forces so as to avenge the killing of our brave jawans. The parents of the martyred jawans, they say that nothing less than 10 heads of the Pakistan army would satisfy them. They want the Modi government to ask the army to bring 10 heads of Pakistan army so as to take the revenge of the martyrdom of their children. Yeah, Parikshit.
Right, and Tejinder, we know how General Bipin Rawat, the Chief of the Army Staff, had saluted the supreme sacrifices of Lance Naik Ranjit Singh and Rifleman Satish Bhagat, who died in the Keran sector on the 12th of July in unprovoked firing from the Pakistani side. Tejinder, tell us about these two soldiers, because I think the whole country needs to know about their sacrifice. They need respect, their families need support. They're going through, our security forces are going through a very tough phase in Jammu and Kashmir. They need our backing. If you can, tell us about these soldiers. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Parikshit. Lance Naik Ranjit Singh was married. He had two kids. He had a 13-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old son. We spoke to these two kids. They say that though they have lost their father, they are proud of their father who laid down his life for the country. His his daughter, who is 13-year-old, she told us that her father wanted her to study hard. He wanted her to work hard and become an IPS officer and serve the country. His son, who is just 9 years old, he has resolved to join the army. He says that he wants to join the army and avenge the killing of his father. He says that his resolve to join the army has increased with the martyrdom of his father. We went to the house of rifleman Satish Bhagat. Satish Bhagat was just 20 years old. He had joined the army just 2 years ago. He is survived by his old parents and two sisters. We spoke to his sisters. They say that they had spoken to their brother just a few days ago, and they were making the preparations to send him Rakhis via speed post, because the communication network in the Keran sector of Kupwara district was not that strong. So he used to call them from an STD booth which was situated within the army camp. These two sisters told us that they were getting ready to buy a Rakhi to send it to their brother. But they got the news of his death due to the ceasefire violation. But they clearly say that the Pakistan army should be held responsible for this, and the Pakistan army should be made to pay. The Indian army should avenge the killing. His father also, Rifleman Satish Bhagat's father also served in the army, and he says that he is proud of his son who made the supreme sacrifice for the nation. He says that he is proud of his son who laid down his life while fighting for the country, while protecting the integrity and sovereignty of the country, while fighting the enemy on the line of control. So clearly, the parents, the family members of these two martyrs, they are proud of, though they have lost their loved ones, they say that the loss is irreparable, but they feel proud of the martyrdom, and they want the government, they want the armed forces to avenge the killing of the martyrdom of these two brave hearts.
Absolutely, and we salute our martyrs there who have been fighting for us. Also, Tejinder, we have been seeing a lot of militant activity, a lot of terrorist activity. In fact, there are about 220 active terrorists in Kashmir, and about 50% of them are Pakistani nationals, according to sources in the Home Ministry. In the next few days, and this is a message to terrorists, tell us, Tejinder, we're only going to see more anti-terror operations. If you kill our soldiers in unprovoked firing, this is not going to deter them. This is not going to deter us. It will only strengthen our resolve to fight you in the days to come. This is what the army is trying to tell the terrorists across the border.
Indeed, Parikshit, the army has been given a free hand to deal with the terrorists. We know that these terrorists, they are being funded, funding and being abetted by the Pakistan. They are being sponsored by Pakistan. They get their weapons from across the line of control. They get their training in the Pakistan side. We know that Pakistan has been formatting trouble in the Kashmir Valley. And as you rightly said, the security agencies have already maintained that more than 60% of the active terrorists in Kashmir Valley, they are from Pakistan, and we know that Pakistan has been directly involved in the terrorism in Kashmir Valley. But the army has clearly made it clear that these terrorists, they can run, but they cannot hide for long. As the NSA has a few days ago said that these terrorists can hide, but they can run, but they cannot hide for long. So they will be identified and they will be neutralized. The army has been given a free hand. So this is a clear message for these terrorists that they they will not have a long run in the Kashmir Valley. They will be identified and they will be neutralized. So clearly, as we know that Pakistan has been sponsoring this terrorism in the Kashmir Valley, but the army has been given a free hand by the political establishment. We spoke to some of the senior army officers in the Northern Command, and they told us that these terrorists, they will be neutralized. The army is working day and night out to neutralize these terrorists who have been creating turmoil in the Kashmir Valley. So these terrorists, they don't have a long life in Kashmir Valley, and they will be neutralized in the shortest span of time.
Right, and there have been at least 120 infiltration attempts till the month of May. Tejinder, stay with us. Let's remind our viewers that we're tracking the final journey of Lance Naik, Ranjit Singh and rifleman Satish Bhagat. They died in unprovoked firing on the 12th of July in the Keren sector, and we salute our martyrs who died, who made the supreme sacrifice in the line of duty. And what we're looking at right now in Jammu and Kashmir, and the reason why I'm asking you this, because there is a high-level meeting on in the national capital. As this wreath-laying ceremony takes place, Tejinder, Sushma Swaraj, Rajnath Singh, Arun Jaitley, the defense minister, they are getting ready. They're preparing to brief the opposition on the situation in Kashmir and also with China, the security situation with China. What we're looking at in Jammu and Kashmir, it's unprecedented, isn't it?
Indeed, Parikshit, we know that in Jammu and Kashmir the situation has been not well for the past some time. Pakistan has been fomenting trouble. We saw several encounters in the Kashmir Valley in which large number of terrorists were gunned down. We saw the attack on the Amarnath pilgrims in which 7 Amarnath pilgrims were killed in a cowardice attack by the Pakistan-sponsored terrorists. We saw in the recent past, we have seen the lynching of DSP Muhammad Ayub. We also saw that 6 of our brave policemen, they were gunned down in an ambush by these Pakistan-sponsored militants. And yesterday, we also saw that one of the attackers who lynched DSP Muhammad Ayub, his body was wrapped in ISIS flag. So it's clearly a slap on the face of the people who have been saying that there is no radicalization of youth in Kashmir Valley. Yesterday's incident in which the body of Sajjad Gilkhar, the terrorist responsible for the lynching of DSP Muhammad Ayub, his body was draped in the ISI flag. So it clearly shows that these terrorist organizations, be it Al-Qaeda or ISI, they have already made inroads inside the Kashmir Valley. People who have been saying that there is no radicalization in the Kashmir Valley must answer where from these flags, where from this literature, and where from this ideology of Sharia law has entered into the Kashmir Valley. So it's a tight slap. But on the other hand, our security forces, our police, we must not forget that the Jammu and Kashmir police is also doing a yeoman service for the nation. They have been.
Hello. Hello.
Right there on your screens, we're tracking the final journey. And this is the final salute, really, to Lance Naik Ranjit Singh, who's resident of Jammu, and Rifleman Satish Bhagat, who's also a resident of Jammu. They were killed in unprovoked firing from the Pakistani side. There are brave, brave soldiers, and we'll not forget their sacrifice. And both of them were killed this Wednesday as Pakistani troops violated the ceasefire in the Keren sector of the line of control in Kashmir. They were killed in firing according... All right, according to the army, the Pakistani troops had actually breached the border ceasefire and fired on the army patrol party. Now, this is in response to that intensive anti-terror operation that has been on in Jammu and Kashmir. Remember, the Home Ministry has compiled a list of terrorists who are active in the valley, and we are going after them day after day. But let me go across once again to Tejinder. Tejinder, as we track these pictures, these heart-wrenching pictures, explain us what's happening. Where is this wreath-laying ceremony taking place? Both Lance Naik, Ranjit Singh and Rifleman Satish Bhagat were residents of Jammu. Tell us what's happening there at the wreath-laying ceremony. Who are the officers and the VIPs, officials from the government who are present?
See, this wreath-laying ceremony is taking place at the technical airport here in Jammu, which is the Air Force airport where this wreath-laying ceremony is taking place. The senior officers from the Army, Air Force, Civil Administration are the people who are laying the wreath to these mortal remains of these two brave Jawans who lost their lives. After this wreath-laying ceremony, the body would be taken to their houses, their residential villages, which is in the Burn village in the Kot Balwal area of Jammu. And there the final rites of these brave Jawans would be held. The family members, they got this news about the martyrdom of their family members the very same night when this incident took place. We spoke to the family members, and they say that they are eagerly waiting for the mortal remains. They want to have a final glimpse of their loved ones who lost their lives while fighting the enemy on the line of control. They are proud of the martyrdom of their family members, these two brave Jawans. They say that they lost their lives. They fought the enemy. They took these bullets on their chest. They didn't show the back to the enemy. They are proud. Right now, we are at the residence of Lance Naik Ranjit Singh, where a large number of people from different walks of life. It seems that the entire Jammu has come to pay their final respect to these two brave Jawans who lost their lives while fighting the enemy on the line of control. There's widespread anger among the people. They say that these two Jawans, they were doing their duties, and Pakistan, which agreed to a ceasefire in 2003 and has been violating it ever since. Pakistan once again violated the ceasefire and they martyred two of our brave Jawans. So the residents here, the people who have gathered here, they want that Indian Army should be given a free hand, and nothing less than 100 heads of the Pakistan Army would they require at least 100 heads from the Pakistan Army so as to avenge the killing of these two brave hearts. These two brave hearts, they had a family. They had just a few days ago. They had come on holidays with their family. They had spent some time. The children, the two kids of Lance Naik Ranjit Singh, they say that they had we spoke to his daughter Kajal, who is just 13 years old, and she is proud of her father. She says that she had the best father in the entire world. He loved her, he pampered her, and he always wanted his daughter to study well, to work hard and become an IPS officer. And she has taken this resolve. She wants that she will follow the footsteps of her father and she will become an IPS officer. His son, who is just 9 years old, say that his father wanted him to become an army officer, though he was a Jawan in the army, but he wanted his son to become an army officer, join the army. The family says that they are ready to, though one of their family member has sacrificed his life for the nation, but they want their son, last Naik Ranjit Singh's son, to join the army when he attains that age. They want him to follow the footsteps of his father. Ranjit Singh was the only son in the family. His father, who was also in the army, was discharged from the army after he had some accident during his service. So he says that he's proud of his son, but what he did, only few get this opportunity to lay down their life to make the supreme sacrifice for the nation. Yes, Parikshit.
Right. Tejinder, thanks very much for putting their story into perspective for our viewers. This is a story that everyone should know. We respect and salute Lance Naik Ranjit Singh and Rifleman Satish Bhagat and thank their families for this supreme sacrifice. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.